Hi guys, it's Misty here from Bookaholics Book Club, and I'm here today to show you the books that I read in April. I read one ebook, so I'll show you that first. It's Stolen by Jinx Jameson. This is a really short prequel novella, so it took me like 5-10 minutes to read, but I gave that 5 out of 5. That's an adult read, so don't buy it if you're under 18. I listened to 2 audiobooks. Obviously I can't show them. I listened to Between the Sea and the Sky by Jocelyn Dolan Moore. That's a mermaid book. I gave that 3 out of 5. I didn't really like it that much. And the other audio I listened to was The Other Life by Susan Winokur. That's a zombie book. Well, kind of. It's called The Weepers, the series. It's about a girl, and she's been living in a bunker with her family for like 3 or 4 years. There was something happening in America and everyone had to go into bunkers. Because they've run out of food, she comes out, her and her dad come out to find food, but then her dad gets taken away by the Weepers. The word zombie isn't used, but they've basically got a virus. And so she meets this guy and they go to try and save her dad. It was quite good. I think I gave it 4 out of 5. I should have written it down, I can't remember, but it was a decent book. I didn't review it, it was just a personal one. Next, the physical books, the actual books I read. First, I read Need and Captivate by Carrie Jones. These are the first 2 books in the Need Pixies series. I think I gave it 5 stars and then 4 stars. Because I did quite enjoy it. It's quite a short read. I got it through pretty quick. The second one I liked too, but it was just a bit more immature than the first, and I found the character a little harder to get on with. I do have reviews for both of these, so I'll put if you're looking on the blog, the links for books will go to my reviews, but if I didn't review them then they'll go to Goodreads, so you can read my reviews if you want to. You don't have to, but the blurb is there too. Basically this is about a girl called Zara, and she moves to Maine with her nan. I think she moves from her mum's to her nan's, and then obviously some strange things start happening and she comes across pixies. And the next 2 books I do have, and was meant to read them right after, but then I stopped to read something else and just didn't quite get back to the series, but I will soon. After that, this is a reread. I read Divergent by Veronica Roth. I reread it so that I could read Insurgent, the second book. Cause I read this only like last year, and I really liked it. So, and I'd been wanting to read it again, and because a lot happened, I wanted to read it again so I could remember everything, so that then I could read Insurgent. Both got 5 out of 5 and are on my Team Awesome shelf because this is so good. I really liked it. I can't wait for the next book. Next I read The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. This one I gave 3 out of 5. This is a futuristic dystopia set in a world where vampires have taken over. And the lead, Alison, she hates the vampires. She lives on the fringes and not in the nice bit where the vampires are. But then she gets attacked by rabids, which are like rabid vampires that live on the outside, and she's about to die. So she can either die or a vampire gives her the choice to be turned into a vampire. So she gets turned into a vampire and then supposedly goes after the vampires, but the book trailer made it sound like the book was different to what I was expecting. I liked it, but it was really long, and it just, the character of Alison wasn't what I was expecting her to be. That's all I can say. I am going to read the next one though. Another book that I read was Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. That was an art that I had for review, but I had a giveaway and posted it yesterday, so I don't have it to show. That's another book set in the future where countries are fighting to own parts of space, like moons and rocks and different parts of space, and so they have wars in space over it. It was a long book. I did at the start. It took a while to get into because of all this setup, but then once the story gets started, it was alright. I think I gave it 3 or 4 out of 5. I can't remember. The next one was another reread. I reread Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. I've read this like, this was like the 7th time that I've read it, or 8th time or something. A couple of weeks ago I wasn't well and just couldn't really read, so I picked up my comfort book and read Harry Potter again until I was feeling better. And of course that one got 5 stars. Next I read Scarlet by A.C. Gufgen, or Gowan, however you say it. This is a retelling of Robin Hood told from the perspective of Will Scarlet, but in this Will Scarlet is a girl, but only Robin Hood and his men know. So it's a big secret. I read this like the day that it came, and I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 4 out of 5, I can't remember. It's a good book. And next I read Wither and Fever by Lauren De Stefano. These are the Chemical Garden trilogy. Obviously the 3rd one isn't out yet. The first one, Wither, this is another one, a futurist dystopia kind of book. There's something that's happened, and all girls die at the age of 20 and all guys die at the age of 25, so they're all get married really early and like have kids in the hopes that one of these babies will live past the expiration date. And the girl in it, I've forgotten her name, Ryan is kidnapped and made to marry a man who has 2 other wives, and obviously she just wants to escape, and she spends the book trying to escape, and then the follow-up with Fever. I really liked them. I think I gave them both 4 out of 5. Well, this might have been 4.5. So I did really enjoy those. I have a review for Fever, but not with her because it wasn't my own book. But I want to get hardback to match, but the hardback's like loads, like £11 or something stupid. So I just have not matching books. And the last book that I read, this is The Pearl Wars by Nick James. This is the first book in the Skyship Academy series. This, I think I gave it 3 or 4 out of 5, I can't remember. I really need to write it all down next month. It's weird, it was really hard to get into. I ended up putting it down and reading a couple of the books and then coming back, but in the end I really liked it. I really liked how the story went. This is it's told from the 2 views of a boy Jesse and another boy Cassius, and they're on opposite sides of the war. Jesse goes to Skyship Academy, and they all, obviously that's in the sky. There's a lot of ships in the sky where they all live, and they're called shippers, I think. And then Cassius lives on the surface, and they're both at war for pearls, which drop out of the sky and like really good for energy. You can get loads of energy out of one pearl, so they're at war over those. And it was a pretty good book. I already got the 2nd one off NetGalley because it's not out till September. It's a long wait, so I'm going to read the 2nd one eventually. And that is everything that I read in April. What did you read?